Strata ka strata, village ka village, section ka section, umhlaba wonke jikelele re buile gape motsebeng ya gago le motsatsing la ka jeno wa itse gore ona ke ono ga ena of energy le motsatsing la gompieno radio e mo radio ke go dumedise ke ya mogela mothulaganyong ya rena ya Sisonke le Doski B motsatsing la gompieno ke la bone la di 30 tsa March go gopole gore ka gere boletse fa mo di gokaganyong tsa lana tsa la ago gore re tlo bua fa ka ditiragalo tse le gore di diregile fa re bone fa ga le go lo motho le gore o sala morago fa mafaratlhatlha kana tsona di social media fa se go lo thata page ya rena ya Facebook Seabe in FM ke a tshepe bile ke a dumela gore o bone gore go ne go diragala eng mo di bekeng tse di fiting ka re di beke brother
what a guan
ngare di beke kana ke di kgwedi mogwanto o simolotse.
Yeah, it's been, let's just say a month and a couple weeks.
And a half, a month and half. Mogwanto o simolotse fa gomme re atamele fa re go fepe fa ka kitso re go fepe ka bithabiso le tse se leng gore wa di labalabela fa Europa motsebeng ya gago kodu ke ya Doski B o moitseng gore ga tsena re strata ka strata village ka village section ka section fa gomme ga ke rope ke le mong ke na le ena brother Sage Xplicit mo botlagising wa itse gore ka metlhala matsatsi re mmogo brother
yeah man
ke ikutlwa ke le machato man ke ikutlwa ke le I'm confident. I don't know what's going on. I don't know what going on, but today ke ikutlwa ke le machato foul.
Yeah man, maybe it's the weather.
Weather man, yeah, it's kinda
weather's chill man.
Chill. Letsatsi fao gomme go be le maru fao pula e bate gona are we in Cape Town or what
Hey man,
sala bala gore salam ra mo letsatseng la rena la Facebook fao re bolele gore o ko kae o reditse station se o le ko kae gomme o fatlhele le mo topic e leng gore tla be re tshwere mo tsatsing la ka jeno ga ke buile fa gore ke a tshepa ebile ke a dumela gore ga o le motho e leng gore o sala morago fa social media se go lo thata our Facebook page Seabe in FM o bone gore mo di bekeng tse di fitileng go ne go thuntse fao ngare tlhatlharuane mo motseng o wa rena mo baagi ba ne ba dira ditshupetso go bontsha go se gotsofale ka kabo ya ditirelo mo karolong ya rona re bone fao go tswalela ga di ofisi tsa masipala tse di leng ka kwa Nokaneng fa go batliwa gore yola mayor a tle fao a tlo addressa fao baagi mo re boneng go bofelong mayor a tla fao ke a tshepa gore batho ba le bantsi fao ba ne ba itumela fa go bona meyara a rabela fa go tleng ga fa a tlo re joina fa gore address fa mo re boneng gore ya ke nnete fa re kopane dilo di a diragala fa re kopane fa re le setšhaba fa dilo di a diragala re bone fa mo karolong ya bobedi fa re bone fa baagi ba ganetsa fa meyara go bua le bone ka kwa sekolong fa ba letsa fa gore bana ba ne ba kwala so se tlo disturba dithuto tsa bana fa ba ne ba batla gore kopano ebe e tshwarelwa kwa e ne tshwaretse kwa teng mo karolong ya ntlha fa brother
wa gwan
o ne o le part ya mogwanto o jwalo ka Seabe in FM.
Yeah man, I was reporting on it man.
Yeah ne ka kakaretso o ka reng o ka re ke nako jwalo ke nako ya gore re le motse kana re le baagi fa re ntse maikutlo rena fa ka go tsogotsofale ka tsela ya mogwanto fa.
Yeah, I mean of course. I mean, I think this is long overdue, man. I think leaders and politicians and they got too comfortable seeing Kasi it's in a slumber. Everybody's sleeping. Everybody's not. They don't care about what's going on. Mokasi, you know what I mean? And they got too comfortable and they went on a splatter, they went on a, I don't know what to call it, but they got comfortable and they took too much, because they know, there's no God here. There's nobody who's going to hold us accountable, but it is changing now. And I see leaders, they are getting too uncomfortable now. They even making, mizamo ya gore ba dire se seng ka this thing. So, it's about time, man. And I sure hope gore it's not going to be the last time we see community demonstrating and showing their dissatisfaction ko baetapeleng.
E le robedi fao metsotso go tswa mo ureng ele ya bobedi wa itse gore nna le wena re ba gwera di ura di le pedi tsa thulaganyo ya Sisonke mo Seabe in FM radio ya batho ge tlalositse fao gore mo legatong le la bobedi re boneng fao baagi ba ganetsa yola meyara go ba adressa kwa sekolong ka ge bana bane ba kwala fao gomme meyara o ne a ngala fao a tlhalosa gore ntumele ke dirise le reo la gore ba ntella baagi ba ntella la fao a kitse gore maikutlo ke antseng jamo tabeng ya gore meyara re baagi ba Seabe ba ntela ka ge ba ne ba gana fao ke adressa setšhaba fao ka kwa sekolong kwa.
Hey man, hey, what is that? What is that? What is that?
What is that? Ke dimeletse gore ke dirise le reo le mo moyeng na empa ke se nstala fao ke meyara re ba ntela fao baagi.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think she is in a position after what happened, because a community is only, reacting to what's happening before them, they are not going out of their way to disrespect or whatever, and I don't think emotions are a good characteristic when you are a leader you know what I mean?
Yes.
Yeah, you have to use your mind, not your emotions, you know. So I don't think that comment is relevant here, Community members were responding or reacting to what was happening and they were not happy with it, and that's how they dealt with that situation, So I just think, man, she's just, she thinks she's too, highly or special or something, but hey, man, not here.
Gate o ska ba emotional ga re tswela pele fao re bone fao go tshwariwa le go thuntsiwa fao ga baagi ba ne ba dira ditshupetso ka kwa Nokaneng stadium mo go ne go swere kopano fao re bone fao gape kgetsi eo baagi ba ne ba latofatsiwa ka yona fao e sa tsene go tlatsekelo gonne e ne e kaiwa go sena botlhatsi bo e leng gore bo lekane fa gore kgetsi eo e ka tsena mo go tlatsekelo fa ha lebelana kwa fa e re ke metsotso e le 10 le bongwe re tswa go uruleng ele ya bobedi morago ga se re thankgolla semmuso ya motsatsing la gompieno sa lebala gore sala morago mo letlaleng la rena la Facebook le wena o be karolo ya se o ntse maikutlo a gago ka se tla be re bua ka sona motsatsing la gompieno thulaganyo ke Sisonke wa gago ke Doski be go mmega ke rope ke le mo ke ropa fao le breda sage explicit morago ga se re thankgolla semmuso mogaiso dumela.
I go up in Africa, they won't let you down. It's all about music. Radio, yaba, for the people. It's all about music.
Check us out on Facebook.
Seabe in FM. Melodies are bringing you home. Follow the vibrations of your soul. Swatchele buwe shage, babu jeba trunga strande. Batamela again, Batshele ngithi zwakala ngale. I go up in Africa, they won't let you down. It's all about music.
You know what it is, right? How easy I see.
It's all about music.
Look, I wanna see you dance for me. I wanna see you talk for me. I wanna see the body shake it, the African booty pop it. No silicone, she all natural. Goddamn, the body made portable. Can't ask for much, you got it all. That look that makes you comfortable. Take it slow, baby, do it on the pole. Climb on it, baby, now bounce on it. Don't hurt yourself with that carousel. But the way you dance, baby, you hating me. You got the thing going up. I feel stupid cause I got a drew on me. Come lick it up before it falls down. You nasty, babe, know you want it.
I go up in Africa, they won't let you down. It's all about music. Everywhere you go, everywhere you go, it's all about music. Melanin skin, breaking through winds. African kings, naked feet without shoes and strings. Africa, a mother calling her kids. All across Burkina Faso they sing, chanting deep in Lesotho's hills. How do you feel? Melanin child, follow the road home, map is your heart.
Radio, yaba, for the people.
It's all about music.
Seabe FM.
Ke nnete, I grew up in Africa. Ana wena o belegetse kontinenteng e feng go bele gore fa Africa ke kontinente e leng gore e dira ke dinaga tse di fapaneng fa gomme South Africa ke engwe ya tsona fa DJ Sona SA o na tla go wena gare grew up in Africa gomme ga rope a le mongwe o na le fa o le Xplicit le Optic ke tse gore ke biditse sentle na ka lebelana ka fa e rekeng metsotso e lesome le bone fa re tsa mo ureng e leng ya bobedi ke go boletse fa gore ga ke boa fa re thankgolla semmuso ya tsela gompieno ga le ona o bolela radio ya gao fa re bua fa ka disupe tse leng gore di netse re karolo mo motseng o wa rena wa Seabe mo e leng gore re bone fa batho ba thuntsiwa fa re bone fa batho ba tshwariwa fa re bone fa di office tsa masepala di tswalela ke tse dintse dilo tse re diragetse fao ka ditshupetso tse gomme wena e ba karolo ya se gore o ke gore go ka be go tsere eng karolo mo nakong eo ya mogwanto ka ga ke buile gore ga ke rope ke le mong ke na le ena brother Sage
Watagwana.
Yeah, I'm good ka ga ke buile gore mo tsatsing la gompieno I'm confident man go me ke batla go lukisa sengwe ka fa ya ke siame jane ke siame gore nka ropa fa ke batla re simolole fa ka thulaganyo ya rena mo tsatsing la gompieno ka ge ke bule gore le gore batla go ba karolo ya se go ntsha maikutlo a gago sa lebala gore sala mara mo letsagaleng la rena la Facebook Seabe in FM gomme o tshwaele gore wena o nagana eng o sa makala fa ka mino o tshamekang ko background fa wa re simolutse semmuso bera jale ka motho le gore o simolutse le mogwanto o jale ka nka re raditaba ka re kana journalist na o ka re mogwanto o simolutse leng ene le baka ele eng fa.
Yeah man, so Ngare, the thing that these demonstrations, it was mainly we had rain, a lot of water, a lot of flooding, don't really know where the water's coming from, but people and whatnot. So site is a slope. So when the water it comes straight here, and I remember there was we have a stormwater system. It helps with water and stuff. Yeah. So on the street, the stormwater drainage system is it was a mess because now the water was so much that it was now uncontrollable. Even the stormwater drainage system wasn't enough to contain the water. So it splattered everywhere, even I remember there was a home where there was a funeral, and water was like in the yard, just short of, and I was like, hey, what's going on? And that, is one thing because hey man, it was kind of I remember when the MMC came, a disaster. It's a disaster now, a disaster zone, a disaster area or whatever. That's how bad it was. And really rabona mowe people, community members, thoma mowe demonstrate. Okay, they blocked our intersection next to the hotel, the one that's coming from Nokaneng, and then it goes to Marapiani and Bengel and Itusing. That intersection, they blocked it, and then police were present, but not too many policemen. And then after that, in the afternoon, the MMC came, and then people told her what's going on, what they want, and all that. And I remember she said the MMC, the mayor, because they wanted the mayor now to come and see what was happening. More community, because it's been, I'm saying the flooding prompted the demonstrations, but underlying issues they were going on for a while, for example, straight, it's so messed up that when it rains, no vehicle would dare challenge that. They tried to. They didn't even do anything about it. It's been years, it's been a while. Yes. So and Ditabatsadi RDP and the road and you know what I mean, that very drainage system, it's so, yeah, it is trying, but it's not, sufficient. It's not big enough. It's, so it's not adequate. So they've been there. And then that flooding kind of like was the boiling point of everything. That's how it erupted, So yeah, that's how it all started.
ke go leboga fao brother ha le belana ko fao re ke metsotso e masoma mabedi le bongwe re tswa mo ureng ele ya bobedi ka ge ke buile fao gore hello no bulela radio fao re bua fao ka ditshupe se leng gore di se re karolo mo motseng o wa rena wa Seabe mo re bone baagi fao ba re wa go lekane fao ke lebaka re larelela mo teng jaanong hai re aya e maspala ke ngwe dipina se leng gore ke di utlwile fao ba di opela re siaya e maspala e mrena re tswela pele fa ka thulaganyo ya rena ke bua maruri ga ka kang gore thebela ya ditirelo ke leng gore ga je se di wela mo motseng o wa rena wa Seabe ke bua maruri ga ka ka
it's 110%.
Yeah,
man.
Yeah.
If you look at Seabe, it has stayed virtually the same for I don't know how many years, man. People left and came back. It's still the same. I'm talking about development now. I'm not talking about individual successes where somebody goes and find a job and build a house, or you know what I mean. I'm talking now about facilities and infrastructure. It's supposed to be here, but it's not, you know. So service delivery or the lack thereof, Seabe is the perfect example to look at, you know what I mean. You will hear talks, the government or the leaders here have abandoned this place now, you know, especially all these issues about councillor and all that, you know, not showing face or not communicating anything with the community. Now there is like a divide in between this ward, because this ward was extended. You can remember you know what I mean, I think it was, when was it? Because it has started to become an issue now last year or last of last year. We had a lot of meetings with the community, and the councillor showed up in one of them, and then we let some hey man, I will come with answers and all that, and that was that. So people feel the councillor is not really showing that leadership, and it's not taking responsibility for what it is, her ward or part of the area or of her jurisdiction. More longer, she's supposed to be leading, or at least talking to these people and hearing them out, because now there's a feeling of abandonment by community members, from the councillor now. So it's Seabe, it has been like this, man. It has been like this, and a lot of issues, underlying issues, man. We've seen councillors come and go, but really changes minimal, you know what I mean. We've had that Hymas light, that Apollo, it's only like the only thing that has happened, and the stormwater drainage system. In how many years has this community been up? But we can only point like one or two things, you know.
Re bone fao tolegelo ya baagi e le kwa godimo thata. Baagi ba ne ba tswile ka palo e leng gore e kwa godimo fa na re ka re se supa gore baagi ba thomile go bulega matlho fao le go bona gore nya ga re ka dula fao ga gona phetogo e leng gore e tlo diragala fao mo motseng o wa rena. O ka ba tolegelo e ka ya gore ke nako jale ba baagi ba bulegile fao matlho fao, go me ba bona gore nya ga re tseiwi kana ga re tseiwi tsia fao ke masepala wa rena wa Dr. JS Moroka le baetapele ba e leng gore ba kgethile ke rona re le baagi.
What's great about this is the fact there was a huge turnout. Youth, young people were there. That was a beautiful picture to see. I think the seniors or elderly would have been there if it wasn't that far, or you know what I mean. But there were a couple of people there, but majority was the youth now, and it gives me a feeling of wokeness. I think they slightly are beginning to care, and that one is triggered by the fatigue. Balapile, molapo o longore is there. I mean, if you can look at other kasis compared to our kasi seems to be like, hey man, what's going on here? And there are programs and funds that are designated for Kasiarena. It's just that it's not getting here. It's not reaching its target, because of people by Longore, they are now taking that and doing benefiting themselves with those funds and programs, or benefiting their friends and so on. But I can see now that the youth is starting to, blink a little, and from here I can only hope that, we see more movement, more people joining the cause, and more people starting something, mobilizing and whatever. It's the elections next year, so we hope to see turnout youth because it was one issue it was reported about turnout youth go the polling stations or the voting stations. It was like, they were so few. They were politics. We're not going to be a part of politics now, but they see how politics affects them, how it's entangled, how it's weaved in, their life. It influences pretty much everything, so they have to have, a say in how the future is shaped,
ke nnete fa go lebelana ka fa e re e le mebedi metsotso fa re lebile seripa sa thulaganyo ya rena ya Sisonke bona Salabala gore salam rafa mo letlakaleng la rena la Facebook Seabe in FM go molwena o ntse maikutlo a gago o be karolo ya se re bone fa jwale ka Seabe in FM le karolo ya se go tloga ka go tshimologong fa ke a se bebile ke dimela gore ene le lwantla fa le ba karolo ya mogwanto o ntseng jana jwale ka station sa Seabe na ke maitemegelo a efenga e leng gore ya fiketse jwale ka station go ba karolo ya mogwanto o ntseng jana.
It was mostly, but it wasn't the first, but it was one of the major.
I was trying to say major.
Yeah, that was a major thing that, it was, refreshing and encouraging, because after all, we are a part of this community, know. So seeing people now caring, about what's happening around them and in their community, it was uplifting, it was like a power move, something it commands applause and encouragements to say, hey man, don't stop. You've taken the first step. Now what's the next one? Don't ever sit down from here. Just keep on walking. So it was an experience, and we were privileged enough to get an opportunity like that to be able to share those images with other communities to say, hey, this is what's happening, go Seabe, and this is what's taking place because of 1, 2, and 3. So people from other communities now, because that's what I want, that this thing become infectious and pass to other communities, other young people out there, surrounding areas and beyond. People to stand up and rise up and know what this thing is yours. You are entitled to it. The politicians and the leaders are just their caretakers. They're just watching it. They're just taking care of it. It's not theirs. So it was it was proper, man. It was great to be part of such a demonstration now. And we were right there documenting every moment.
Ke bo tlaletsa so se bolelang fa ke bone fa e bile re recognize wa le ke mapodisi fa gomme ba uploada se leng gore re a se dira jalo ka station re bone fa le baagi ba fila ba le safe fa ka go ba teng ga station gonne go repetiwa sengwe le sengwe se leng gore sa diragala ka go mogwantong o no go tshwere kwa go Nokaneng le mo Seabe re bone fa men mo tsatsing le la ke la bone kana ke la labotlhano ga gone go tsere kopano ka Nokaneng stadium fao gone go a tswa fao di tear gas le di rubber bullets na re ka re ene di ne di tswa fao randomly nje. They were not aiming at anyone, they were shooting everyone. Now o ka re sepodisi ga se tlhompe fao media.
Hey man, that one. Hey, that one was hectic. And you know, this one was the first time being in such a protest, you know, that, you know, turned out like that. So, you know, there's a lot of how can I put it? Dissatisfaction, you know, frustration, anger at how the police handled the whole situation, you know, because it was so uncalled for. Because community members were not violent. They weren't breaking or banning or even being physical. They were not armed, you know. And that's one of the things Jelong Ore it brought a lot of unpleasantness, and it keeps on dirtying this profession. Bodies. People now in communities now have a certain perception of the police now because of how they handle such situations, you know. But yeah, man, I think it was more than what it was shown. You know, something was underlying there. You know, those actions were just covering a certain agenda now, you know, because if you read into that situation, or if you watch that situation, how it escalated, there was no reason to do that. Shoot. Yeah, there was no reason for them to shoot. There was nothing. There was no destruction. People were just singing outside, you know. So I would say, man, it was handled rather unprofessionally, man, by the police. And it was shown, it was proved by the court. You know?
Yes.
The arrest was unlawful and all that. So I think, hey, man, a lot of training has to go into these servicemen. By Longore, they are deployed now in communities to deal with people, because these are people. These are real people. By Longore, they were trying to fight for, you know, their right. You know, what's theirs, service delivery. Basic service delivery. They were fighting for that, and they wanted to be part of a community event. That was a community event. Now we see police refusing the community entrance or entry into a community event. You know, that was shameful, man. Like, it was, hey, man, I don't even know. It was appalling. Like, what is this? You know, so yeah, man, it was random. It was so random. It was so unexpected. So, you know, it caught us off guard, and we were caught up in the mix as well. But I think they knew what they were doing. They knew they had orders to do whatever they did, you know.
And go ya fao ka constitution ya rena ya Africa Borwa tlhalosa fao gore every person has the right to assemble with others and express their views on any matter freely in public, and to enjoy the protection of the state while doing so.
Yeah, man.
But in this case, in our case, we are not protected. We were shot, arrested, beaten. Section 17 of the Constitution provides that everyone has the right peacefully and unarmed to assemble, to demonstrate, to picket, and to present petitions.
Yeah, man.
The exercise of such rights shall take place peacefully and with regard to the rights of the others.
Yeah.
Ke a gopola fa gore mogwanto o e le mogwanto e leng gore o ne o sna di garuru fa ga gona motho e leng gore o ne a go batsiwa fa ga gona di nkare di-weapons tse leng gore baagi ba ne ba di tshwere fa go bontsha gore ba ka go batsa motho ka ba tsena bophelo ba motho yo mongwe mo kotsing fa go ra gore se mapodisi ba se dirileng fao se tlalosa fao gore ga ba latela fao constitution ya Africa Borwa e leng gore e fa fao wena jwale ka moagi tokelo ya go ntsha maikutlo a kana go dira fao boipelaetso fao sa gotsofale fao ka ditirelo tse e leng gore mmuso o fana ka tsona fao ga lebela nako fao e re ke metsotso e le 37 re lebile fao ura ya boraro tsebe gore ura ya boraro ke ura e leng gore tla be e leng ura ya bobedi ya thulaganyo ya rena ya Sisonke thulaganyo ke Sisonke mogasi ke Doski bigome ga ke rope ke le monke ropa le brother Sage Xplicit gomme wa itse go thulaganyo ya rena re go fepa fao ka tsebo boithabiso le mmino fa gomme ke batla go tika ka fa gomme ke a boa re tsela pele fa ka thulaganyo ga lona bula radio ya gago mogasi dumela
Seabe
ke nnete mfe matla ntate ke go sebeletse jale ka ngwana wa go le nna ke re mfe matla fao jalo ka mogasi wa gago ke tlise thulaganyo mo go wena go bele go fao gore thulaganyo ke Sisonke mogasi ke Doski bio mama radio present go mega ke rope ke le mong ke ropa fao le brother Sage Xplicit ha lona bulela radio fao re bua fao ka mogwanto e leng gore o ne o tshwere fao mo motseng o wa rena wa Seabe mo baagi bana ba bontsha fao ditshupetso fao ba lwanela ditirelo fao motlwile fao Sage ga tlhalosa gore mogwanto o simolotse neng ene le baka ele eng ga lebelana go fao e re king kotara fao re libile ura ela ya boraro go bile gore ura ela ya boraro ke ura ya bobedi ya thulaganyo a itse gore nna le wena re ba gwera mo di ureng di le pedi tsa Sisonke ka re di le tharo botlagisi botlankenya mo tsietsing ke di ura di le tharo ba tla ye di ura di le tharo o bua ka eng fa ke ne ke tlhalosa fa gore re nna le wena re ba gwera mo di ureng di le pedi tsa thulaganyo ya Sisonke go mmira le bua wena fa jale ka moretsi ga re file tsebe ya gago ka metla le matsatsi o sala morago station se sa rena se re batho ka wena wa itse gore radio ntle le baretsi ga se radio go mme re tlotsela pele fa ka thulaganyo ya rena go mme ke utlwa ke sa utlwi mino e leng gore ke a go tshameka go morago ga ke le busy fa ke gasa go mme re ke bone gore ke lukisa jang fa ya o buile go mme re ka tswela pele fa ra ropa ka thulaganyo ya rena la bulela radio fa re bua fao ka mogwanto e leng gore o diragetse fao mo kgwedile matsatsi a fitileng fao mo e leng gore baagi bana ba bontsha fao go se kgotsofale man ka ditirelo tse e leng gore mmuso kana masepala wa rena wa Dr. JS Moroka o fana ka tsona fao ba kutlwa fao e le gore bona ba tswelela ko ntle mo ditirelong tse e leng gore masepala o fana ka tsona fa wena o dumelana le baagi fa o sa dumelana le bona ntsa maikutlo ya gago mo letlhakaneng la rena la Facebook Seabe in FM re go botse gore wena o nagana eng ka mogwanto fa o se dumelana se baagi ba ne ba se lwela fao le gona o tlhalose gore mabaka a gago ke a ntseng jang fao ga re lebelela fao nako ya rena 1446 go mme re tswela pele fao ka thulaganyo ya rena fao brother
what a gwa
are you still with me
man
yeah ke Sage Xplicit le gore ke ropa lena fao mo botlhagising fao bone ko simologong ga thulaganyo fao ana a tlhalosa fao maikutlo a ka dipotso e leng gore re ne re mutsisa tsone fao mo le gore potso ya ntlha re botsitse fao gore na mogwanto o simolotse leng ene le baka e le eng go mme mo potsong ya rena bobedi ra mmutsa gore na ke ba maruri ga ka kang gore thebolelo ya ditelo ke e sa jeseng diwela mo motseng o wa rena wa Seabe ra busa potso ya boraro fa gore na re ka re baagi ba tsomile fao go bulega matlo fa re bone gore thebolo ya bona e ne e le kwa godimo bana ba tsile fao ka palo kwa godimo go bontsha fao go se gotsofale ka ditirelo tse e leng gore masepala wa rena wa Dr. JS Moroka o fana ka tsona fao go mme re ra busa fao gore jale ka station sa Seabe in FM ke maetemelo a efeng a e leng gore ba ne ba fikela fao mo go poteng fa le go ba karolo ya mogwanto o ne o tshwere ka ge a kagile seji gore ke mogwanto o mogolo e leng gore ba ne ba karolo ya bona jwale ka station sa Seabe re in FM re ne ra botsa fa gore re bone fa di tear gas le di rubber bullets fa rubber bullet ene e ja motho fa go mogwantong o no tshwere ka ko Nokaneng fa ele baagi ba Seabe baagi ba sa mo what 27 e leng gore ke what 25 ya maloba before the demarcation board inside fa gore na le na rata le kopanya fa le motsola wa ga tshibane go mmela ba what ele nngwe ya what 27 ka itse go na batho ba leng gore taba e ga e ba itumedise gomme ga e ba jesi di wena ba batlalosang gore rena ga rena what fa ba batlalosang gore ga ba itumela ka sephetho se se reng fa king the demarcation board fa ba batlalosang gore nya lena le kopana fa le motse o wa ka tshibane gomme le tla nna le councilor e le nngwe fa gomme ga re tla tswela pele ka thulaganyo ya rena breda
what a gwan
ana o ka renka maitshwaro a mayor wa rena wa Dr. James Moroka ka kakaretso fa ke motho e leng gore o itshwere jang fa o re lebeletse the way a respondang ka teng mo baaging fa ba mokopa fa gore a tle fa ba mokopa fa gore ba tloka ditirelo fa jale ka batho ba le gore ba vote fa go me bana le tukelo ya go fiwa fa ditirelo fa
I don't think the mayor is displaying leadership, you know, because she don't respect as much as Allah respect. She don't respect community members, you know, that she serves, you know. Look, what it took for her to come here was a strike.
Yes.
You know. Because the first assembly of the community was, I told you, after the floods. And then the MMC was told, community members wanted the mayor to come and see and address them and attend to their grievance. And then she took that message to the mayor.
Yes.
But then the mayor, she promised she was gonna come.
Yes.
And then she didn't come. She didn't honor that appointment, right? It had to take community members going to municipal offices to get her reaction. With limited resources, with no money, but they had to do something. You know, it shows to be heard, no matter how difficult it may be. You know, but then the mayor, you know, did promise her, okay, I'm gonna come.
Yes.
But then when that time for her to come, if she didn't come,
yes,
that triggered that one, Biale. Where they had to shut down the offices.
Yes.
And then no operations was going on. Police presence was there.
With guns.
With guns.
Yes.
But luckily they didn't shoot anyone.
Yeah.
That occasion. But news got to the mayor. She couldn't delay anymore, you know.
Yes.
But I wouldn't say that's her being responsible. No, she was forced. She was smoked out of her hole, you know. So that's why I'm saying she's not displaying any leadership, any kind of leadership, you know. She's just displaying superiority, you know, showing you are smaller than I.
I'm in charge. I'm in charge. Wow.
You know, if that's what it has to take for her to see her people, her custodians, you know. And then she came, and then, you know, she was displaying some arrogant
towards
arrogance, you know, because she wasn't communicating anything, you know. I remember there was a they call it a misunderstanding, but it was something else, where people thought she was now escaping now, you know, because she was supposed to come to the people, but instead she had to go somewhere else first without communicating that to the community members. Now she was in her ferry, in her transportation, and community members now were in other vehicles coming back here, right? And then she decided now she was gonna go somewhere else, and that miscommunication triggered something else now, a car chase of some sorts, you know. And then when they caught up to her, she was at the chief's house, no communication, nothing. She was just, it seemed like somebody who was trying to escape accounting to the people, or even it was not a matter of accounting. People just wanted her to come hear them out and see the situation. But I don't know what spooked her to say, let me not go, but they will die out, the fire will die out. And then finally she was like, hey, they are not living.
She didn't know petrol instead of water. She thought can petrol instead of
she
water.
was avoiding the fire.
Yeah,
she
but
was
what
not
I'm trying to
even.
say, what I'm trying to say is that go setleng ga gae o ne a nagana fa gore nya baagi ba tlola tlhela toulu fa go me ba boela kwa magaeng. Go mme o ne a sa itse gore go direng jalo o tshela mollo ka petrol instead of water.
Yeah, you know what I mean? So the behavior, the mayor, man, it's
jwale ka moetapele re ka re o tlolegile fa go provider what we call leadership mo eleng gore bone fa gore go ne ga tlokega fa disupetso kana sona strike gore a tle fa mo batho ba ne ba dirisa baagi ba dirisa madi a bona fa go hira di transport fa go ya ka ko masipaleng wa rena fa gonne o pele go officer na tsa masipala di ko motseng ole wa Nokaneng gomme go ya ka maoto fa le hey e tlo ba le nabo fa gomme go ne ga tswa di transport fa o pele fa go dirisiwa madi fa go di transport tseng di le go molelekisa fa ga ne a siela ka ko go sinya mo Seabe fa go dirisitse fa tsona di transport tseo di neng di hirilwe fa go ya go lata fa mme ya reka ko dikantorong tseo tsa ko Nokaneng gomme ke dumelana le wena fa ga gore moetapele o faitsi thata go provide fa leadership ya re go bla gore na re station sa Seabe in FM re station se leng gore re ikemetse gomme ga re tsele tlhako re tlhalosa dilo ka mogolo leng gore di ka teng fa gomme ga re tswela pele fa ka thulaganyo ya rena fa na o bona magato a leng gore baagi ba tsere a tlisa fa o dipheto gore le betse gore go ditirelo tsa rena di ka ba tse leng gore di ka bona fetse fa re ka bona fa masipala o thoma go tsa what a rena tsia mo leng gore ka bona fa thebolela le tirego le ba leng gore e fetogile thata re bone fa re tshwana le dipleke tse dintse le re duela fa ka motlase ga masipala o wa rena wa Dr. JS Moroka re ka bona diphetogo fa morago ga se
I wouldn't say gore morago ga se, but I would say gore if they are consistent about the what they want and what they would do to get it, I mean, give you a perfect example wa gopola maloba ba ile ba yo tibela ola Speedy Mashilo from opening that house it was part of a project they consisted 30 houses or 40 before, and then those other houses were left out. They singled out a single house to say this is a special house, we're gonna open it. But then after the intervention of community leaders and the members now, kajeko le re kare, all those houses that were left out, they are complete, and Badudi Mowe or the recipients, they are now living in those houses, you know. So it shows what can be done if you are, you know, head on and direct and consistent and united as well. You know what I mean? It shows the impact that slogan that is used to say power to the people, or amandla awethu. You know what I mean? It's so powerful, that thing. Now we can shupa those houses to say this is by the intervention of the community and its leaders, you know. So what I'm saying is, if they keep on you know, fighting for what is theirs, they will get them.
Yes. Ke nnete fao matla ke a batho fao amandla awethu fao na tlhalosa fao seji gore go yeng ko pele ga re ka tswela pele ka tsela e re tshwereng ka yona fao re bontsha fao gore se re se batlang re a se batla fao gomme re se latella re se lwanela fao re ka bona diphetogo tse leng gore di a itumedisa fao re lebeletse fao thebolo ya ditirelo kana yona service delivery ga re tswela pele fao ka thulaganyong ya rena fao na re ka re go yeng kwa pele re lebeletse gore generation e tlang ya basha ana e tla anya malebela mo generation e leng gore e teng ga jana e leng gore e lwanela ditshwanelo tsa bona. Na re ka bona generation e tlang e anya le bona ba bona gore nya generation e fitileng e dirile jana gore ba grefa table ya ditirelo kana di maikutlo a bona fa a retswe ke mmuso.
Yeah, you know, about consistency. The only way for it to rub on to the young ones that are coming up, or to anya this type of behavior, is if they are constantly exposed to that kind of behavior. You know, if today's leaders keep on fighting, that is gonna be imprinted go the young ones' minds to say this is how it's done now, you know, because unfortunately that's how you get your voices heard. Unfortunately, it shouldn't be that way in a democratic state or country. You know, it shouldn't be that way. Things should be done in a peaceful manner, dialogue, communication, or in writing or whatever. It doesn't have to come to that where you see now roads being closed and offices, government offices, facilities being closed now. But I'm saying, now this is where we are, you know. So our young people have to be consistent about, you know, fighting for what's theirs. You know, I think it's what doomed, let me not use doomed, is what disadvantaged the youth previously, because this place was so quiet and everything that was around us now became normal. Those roads became normal. Those dysfunctional roads became normal. The stormwater, the one that was built before, was normal. You know? So if Robale movement, people don't rest easy to say, that's how it was always. You know, Seabe, another picture. You know, we grew up like this, so the young ones are gonna see that as normal. But if they see their seniors or elders now fighting now to say this is not right, this is not right, we must have this, you must do this, and and making people account, that's gonna in turn rub off on the young ones to see now how things should be.
ya kwa gala fa go lebelana ka fa re ke metsotso e le mebedi rutswa mo ureng ele ya boraro ke tlalo se fa go ra itse gore ka metlha fa motileganyong ya rena re bale metshameko le le gore di a trenda go mme ka manya mo tsatsing le gompieno re ka se gone fa go bale metshameko le le gore di a trenda mo tsatsing le gompieno re lebetse fa gore re tsore phage ka mangana fa re shua mo tsatsing la ka jeno e batla re kene tui go mera go solofetsa fa gore mo nakong e tlang re to bala metshameko le tsene gore di a trenda fa brother
What a guy.
re bone fa batho ba thuntsiwa fa batho ba tshwariwa fa ke mapodisi a mametla ke le mapodisi a mhlanga mo rutle fa go ne go bua le puo ya Sindebele fa go tsa mo mapodising na re ka re maitshwaro a sepodisi ana bontsha gore go tswile taelo go tswa go baeta peleng kana mo mmusong wa rena gotsa ba ne ba tsere sephetho seo ka bo bona jwale ka sepodisi
Hey, ya sorisa because gona le batho ba leng gore specifically were targeted because
Yes.
now we see or we saw that within a group ya batho specific people were singled out and when you assess what kind of people were singled out, you find gore ke di leaders now,
Yes.
community leaders now, people who were leading that march, you know. So there were batho ba eleng gore were cornered by the police, 5-6 people, but
Yes.
only 2 people were apprehended
Arrested,
now.
yes.
So that on its own raised questions to say, okay, what's going on here? Why don't you arrest all of us?
All
because
of us, yes, because
yeah,
we are all involved in this.
yeah, we are all demonstrating, we are all singing, we are all now dancing or
Yes.
or whatever. Why now single out 2 people or whatever? You know, so it shows what some kind of order was given to the officers.
Ke nnete fa go mme re bone fa go na le batho ba eleng gore ba sianisiwa fa kana ba lelekisiwa fa ke mapodisi ntleng ya a video e leng gore e tsere fa gone go tshwariwa le go kitikiwa fa baagi. Why video e ene le botlhokwa for mapodisi gore ba ithole mo eleng gore bona ba lelekisa batho go tlogeng ko motseng wa Nokaneng go eleng gore mogwanto o ne o tshwaretse kwa teng go fitla ko motseng o la wa Loding na botlhokwa ba video e mo mapodising ene le bo bontseng jang?
You know, I think they now realize that video could get them in hot
trouble.
water.
Yeah.
Hot water, deep water, shark water,
Yeah.
black water.
Yeah.
You
But
know
I
what I
drown.
mean? Yeah,
Yeah.
deep water indeed. Because that video was when now they were in the process of arresting one community leader. But in doing so, they were violent.
Yes.
They were kicking on him. They
Beating
were
up
beating
people,
on him,
man.
you
Shooting
know?
at people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that video was something Elongore would show the manner in which they conducted themselves, because
Yes.
now they are kicking and beating a defenseless individual who's not resisting, who's not fighting back. You know, it shows okay, now they are abusing the individual and the
Yes.
power that they hold. You know, so that video needed to be confiscated by the police. The person shooting the video, or the people who were shooting the video now, had to make a run for it, and that now forced them to chase after them, which is a dangerous thing
Yes.
to do, driving in such speeds in a populated
busy
area.
road, man.
That is a populated area because
Yes.
now it's not a highway. It's isolated. It's ikamogare ga motse.
Ho na le sekolo,
Ho na
dikolo
le sekolo.
di le tharo fao.
There are animals.
Yes.
There are other cars now.
Yes.
You know, so it was dangerous. Something it was irresponsible for the police to do. And then triggered that chase was a video.
Yes.
Chasing somebody because he took a video of you doing something wrong.
Yes.
You know, but it happened sadly, and now they had to arrest those guys, which was not in the plan.
Yes.
You know, it messed up their whole plan because now these people you are bringing in, we had plans for them to
Yes.
say, okay, if you get these people now, we will charge them with this
Yeah.
to make sure we disassemble and we crack the whole mobilization now. Now we have extra people that we must figure out what we're gonna charge them with.
Yes.
You know, so yeah, man, it was clear they had an order, but then things went wrong, and then they acted how they acted, irresponsibly, in my opinion.
Na re ka re go sarua fao ga baetapele bao ba setšhaba e ne e le go diga mogwanto gore tshebeletso e ne e tshwere ka ko Nokaneng Stadium e tswele pele mo re boneng go tlatsekelo tlhalosa fao gore nya botlhetsi bo e leng gore le tlile ka bona fa le mapodisi ka case e ya lona ga bo enough. Na re ka re seo mapodisi ba se dirileng e ne e le go diga fao mogwanto gore mogwanto o phatlalale gore tshebeletso eo e kgone go tswela pele.
Yeah, I mean, but the event sadly, you know, it shows what leaders, they don't care
Yes.
what's happening. I mean, you can hear
Gunshots,
outside, tear gas, people are running and
Yes,
screaming,
yes.
but you're not interested to say what's going on outside.
Yes.
You know, so unless they knew exactly what was happening and they knew their order was being carried out, that's why they were able to just chill inside to say, okay, now they have dispersed the crowd, we can go on, you know. So it was a sad thing to do, witnessing Mola, an elderly person, having now to run, which is a dangerous thing, because they can injure themselves while trying to do such physical activities. Now they have to protect themselves from these from the rain of rubber bullets. Now it was sad, but people displayed bravery, you know, bravery. They were not shaken easily. They did not now stay down to say they defeated us now, you know, even after their leaders were arrested, they still stayed and waited for them, you know. Yeah, I think they were trying to make sure the crowd dispersed, and then the march was over, demonstrations and whatever, and they did in to a certain extent win, you know, because the community members did not gain interest. I think Batwa Longore didn't understand what was going on, were misinformed by people who knew or people who had those plans or who made those arrangements, you know, because there were people from whatever, like National or, you know, the PSC by Longore were present in an event. I think they were fed the wrong information to say that now crowd in whatever want to disrupt and whatever, you know. So yeah, man, it happened how it happened. People were taken out people were singled out, you know. But then the strength of the community, man, it showed. It won. It won them the battle at a later stage because it forced the police to stumble around their plan that was given, and then make mistakes. They would prove them to be at fault.
Re bone fao mapodisi a thibela fao le baagi go tsena fao mo stadium fao go ya go retsa fao se ne se bua fao ke PSC kana ke tse ke PSC ke tse ke bitsa sentle na brother bana ba batla go tsena fao gomme go retse gomme sepodisi se sa gana ke bua se leng gore ke nnete ke ne ke le karolo ya se go tle fao ba re lena le ka se tsene ka fa go ne go tlalosa fao le polisi le bitsang fao re bokaba ke ena e leng gore ona re nya le ka se tsene fa tlalosa fao le gore le tlhomosa pelo fao fa batho ba ne ba opela fa o se bontsha gore nya batho ba ga ba tseng tsia baagi fao ba leng gore ke bona ba leng gore ba na le matla fao go baya ba etapele ba mo baleng mo teng fa a lona kwa rena fa e re ke lesome le boraro la metsotso go tsa go ureng ele ya boraro go bla gore ura ya boraro ke ura ya rena ya bobedi ya thulaganya ga le gore o sa reditse fa re a leboa ga o tsweletse pele o re file tsebe ya gago fa gomme re tlo ya ka fa re bua re tswela pele ka thulaganyo ya rena na la mina le bonolo fela ke Doski Bio Mama's favorite radio presenter gomme ke tshika ka fa ke a bua sa sutisa daily mo ile moteng ga ka sutisa ya suta ay kinete amaphupho ayafezeka fa ke a tshepa gore le amaphupho a baagi ba Seabe a fezekile fa mo re boneng Mayara a tla fa a tlo ba le fa ile gore ga ba itumela tse dintse leng gore Mayara fa o ne a di bontsha go sona le maitshwaro a gagwe jale ka moeta pele fa go me ga lebelana ka fa e re ke metsotso lesome le borobong re tswa mo ureng ele ura ya boraro ile ura ya bobedi ya thulaganyo fa ga lana o bulela radio fa re bua ka mogwanto leng gore o ne o mo kgweding le matsatsi a fetileng fa mo re bone baagi ba Seabe ba bontsha go tsogotsofale ka kabo ya ditirelo mo motseng o wa bona wa Seabe go merena jalo ka station re ne re le karolo ya se go le fa se dimuso tsa sengwe le sengwe se leng gore sa diragala mo mogwantong jalo ka station o tlalositse fa Seabe gore jala ka station awa maitemogelo a ditiragalo tseo ka moka ke ne a ileng gore nele a ileng gore a itumedisa fa go nne ene le mogwanto e leng gore ene ile se mogwanto fela o monyele mogwanto o mogolo fa go me a bontsha fa gore wa tsebe bilo a dumela gore go yeng ko pele re tlo dirisana sentle le baagi fa re lebeletse gore radio ke radio ya batho radio ntle le batho ga se radio go me re tswela pele fa ka thulaganyo ya rena ya Sisonke le Doski Bio Mama's favorite radio present ke ne ke re ke tlo botsisa fa brother gore now ka re go ne go na le maina a tswileng go tshogoreng go swariwe boma gonne re bone fa go latiwa batho ba ba rileng gomme ba bangwe ba tlogele gomme ke a tshepa gore o ya rabile fa o tlalosa fa gore go na le batho ba leng gore bane ba tlogelwa fa gomme go na le ba ile gore bane ba tshwara fa go se bontsha gore go na le maina a ile gore ana a tsile gore lata batho ba ba rile le tlogele ba ba rile mo ne wa tlalosa gape gore bane ba tsa video bane ba senya the whole plan ya sepodisi fa mo re boneng bane ba sa itse gore ba ka ba pipa ka molato o ntseng jang fa go me tsela pele fa ka thulaganyo re na go tloga re bone fa potso latela re bone fa me a tlhalosa gore ga tlhomphiwe jwale ka moeta pele na re ka re o bua bommaruri go bua boammaruri kgotsa ke motho a batla fa se re bitswang ka polelo ya seeng re ka re ke special treatment.
Yeah, man. As I've said, Komatumungwa, to say, you must remember what respect is earned. I remember one community leader said, go MEC Speedy Mashilo to say, sorry, what you are doing here is not right. Fix things.
Yes.
And then when you come back, we will welcome you.
Yes.
But when you're doing bad stuff,
yes,
you will hear Dipina Kwata fighting you. So the mayor is thinking or she's entitled to respect. You know what I mean? So it's just like me saying, you must respect me because I'm a reporter.
Yes.
The title. I should respect the title.
Yes.
But the person is not living up to the title. So what respect people will give you, And if you don't respect people, they won't respect you because who disrespect the community?
Yes.
By, from the get-go, by not honoring and attending and hearing out and showing compassion. And then also wanting to hold that meeting in a school. Yes. While kids are still studying. That's not respect. You know? So what she's talking about, man, is just as you've said, or somebody trying to, get that special treatment. But hey, man, she wasn't afforded.
Yeah, kenete, but respect. Yeah, emiwa fao. Speaking of dipina, rukwile fao dipina, tse di farologaneng fao, ko mogwanteng o, ke ratile ntata kipina ela ya, meya wentse ka bomo, ga se lebaka kipina eleng gore rukwile fao ele kipina eleng gore baagi le bona bana ba ratile fao gore meya go setle ga gago o dirile ka bomo ga se lebaka, meya go se re tlhomphi ga gago o dirile ka bomo ga se lebaka. Ba tlhalosa fao le gore thunya meya ga se lebaka wentse ka bomo fa kipina engwe leng gore kipina ke engwe ya tsedintse leng gore di ne di opediwa fa go mme motho ga dira tse di botse go bolela nnete wa re tlo mo opella pina tse leng gore di a motshwanela fa go sona le pina engwe leng gore ke rata thata fa ba rata go opela ba re motho wa mona ga ile moetapele a re tsela pele fa ka thulaganyo ya rena go tloga kwa tsimologong ya mogwanto councilor ya Ward 27 Menom Sangubeni ke tlo mmitsa ka leina ka ge e le moetapele wa rena go mme batho ba botle ba moitsi fao yola Menom Sangubeni ga senke ya bakarolo ya seo go utlwa gore sello ke eng le go addressa baagi jwale ka moetapele na seo se romela molaetsa o ntseng jang ko baaging ba Ward 27 ka kakaretso re lebeletse gore di ditlhopho tsela tsa bosetšhaba ke se leng gore di tlobe di tla mo ngwageng o la wa 2024.
Yeah, man. The message people are receiving or interpreting from her actions or behavior is that of neglect.
Yes.
She doesn't care about what's going on here, and it's something it's so outspoken, by members of the community here to say we don't have a counselor, we don't have a ward, because it seems like this divide is only benefiting one side, and that's what people on the ground are saying. All the movement is exclusive to Kachiban. That's why they feel like they're not part of that ward 27, and Nomsangubeni is not the ward counselor.
Yes.
That's what they are expressing, you know. Her lack of visibility in such important events shows, you know, there's no respect whatsoever. There's no acknowledgement to say, Kya bona, kya lutra, or lalla, lillaka. That's what a leader should do, you know. So, the way in which she conducts herself towards batho ba ka mo Seabe, trateng to sing, shows or indeed, it's somewhat of a neglect, you know. Seabe, you know, sounds and look like that neglected child, you know. They are siblings like Achibane, but there's that child olongore you know. So that's what is being projected from Nomsa to the community. Yeah.
Na re ka re ke matapelo e leng gore go yeng kopele le yena re ka bona fao baagi ba tsa tshetso e leng gore ba re nya enough is enough gomme ba gwantela ko a dulang teng.
It might get to that point if she continues to turn a blind eye on this second half of her ward, you know. So I don't really know, because community members are just you know, and I think it's only a matter of time until they turn their head, you know. But I think they are out of time, because now there are elections, you know. The elections are coming now, so they have that opportunity to, you know, decide or be decisive if they are not happy about their leaders, you know. So, and it's so obvious that they are not happy. The whole party, you know, and that's not only our community. Lots and lots of communities out there have expressed their dissatisfaction regarding the ruling party, you know. So yeah, man, the community here, I don't think they will go marching condoms or whatever. But yeah, they are like blunt about it to say, hey, we don't have a ward counselor, we don't have a ward. So that's what's being said.
As a journalist, we leng gore o ba karolo ya dikopano tsa setšhaba jalo, na o ka reng ka leadership skills e ka ba motho e leng gore a ka ema pele ga council ko Dr. JS Moroka a lwanela se leng gore baagi ba Ward 27 ba se tlhoka.
I don't think so. You know, in one of these protests, demonstration, I was talking to one gentleman over the municipal office ko Nokaneng, and then I was trying to make sense of what's happening. Why is the mayor stalling? Why are jiga and whatever? And he ended up saying, you don't know, because I was now getting so frustrated because there was nothing in order was being said, and people were getting frustrated as well. And then he said, you don't know politics, you know, somewhat justifying what was going on by the fact is politics. You know, and I don't think he wanted to say that. It's just something it slipped out, and I picked it up. So what I'm saying is, most leaders are playing politics. They are not out there to serve and whatever. You know, when they come to address communities, they often have a script that was nicely written, rehearsed. You know, all good things, touching emotional issues. They know what people are in desperate need of them. You know, they're gonna play with those issues now to say, oh, we are working on this and that, and you know, being all delicate and accepting faults and whatever. That's playing politics. You know, they are not really addressing the community. You know, you can listen to all these speeches when there's a media briefing or when there's a address of the community by leaders. They have such nice words, you know, that roll off the tongue, and you will get to hear these speeches I'm talking about in their campaigns.
Yes,
they have the words so put together so nicely. You know what I mean? And even people were accusing ANC and Ramaphosa, President Ramaphosa, of regurgitating or recycling the same speech. You know, I remember when he had his July 8th address of the nation, the aftermath where we have people on the analytical side of things, political analysts and whatever, reviewing that, they could pick up elements where they looped, they are on repetition, on replay, you know, using that apartheid card, that Mandela card, you know, black people, white people card, you know. So like I said, they are playing politics. You know, it's just like a thing they have to get over. It's like an obstacle they have to jump over when they go to address the community. You know, it's just something they have to get it done and over with. You know, so they can move to the next thing. People who are not really servants, who are not passionate about community work. You know, so to young people, the word politics have a different meaning than what it really is, and that meaning was given by people who are in politics, their behavior. You know, that's why a lot of young people try to excuse themselves from politics, to say, I'm not gonna be part of that, it's just a waste of time or whatever. You know, and there are good politicians somewhere there. Not all of them are bad politicians or bad leaders. You know, it's just these ones, by long order, they are always in the spotlight and whatever, for the wrong reasons. They're giving it a bad name. You know, so leaders, nomsa, here on this side, only a bad name, bad reputation. I don't know about Pukachibani, since, you know, there's things still they are happening. She might have a different name. You know, people see her as a working counselor that works for the people. But then it's a shame, because we are one people, we are the same word. Now, if you're gonna divide to say, I'm only gonna serve this side, you know, you're a bad leader. So I don't think she is a good leader and would go and fight for the community's needs or speak for them.
Ke atle kutli batho ba tlhalosa fa gore motho yo pele ka ba moetapele e ne le motho leng gore o na lwela setšhaba e ne le motho leng gore ha re lwa o kwa pele le motho leng gore o bontsha fa go se kgotsofale gomme ge ba tsena mo ditilong tsa boetapele ke batho ba leng gore ba fetoga fao ba fetogela fao setšhaba se leng gore ba se busa fa nna re ka re ba tlhotlheletsa keng gore ba fetoge fao
I'm not sure, but ke gopola ge o bolela ka mokgo in one of the community meetings one gentleman said you know, these people don't see what we go through because they don't live here. You know, once you get a position, now you start thinking, you know, okay, you know, and you know, you can look at the MECs. There's a certain area that they live at. You know, the DA had their march, but Machetsako, their state ministers, you know. So being that far removed from the community will in turn desensitize you from their struggles. You know, you might hear bashota this and this and this, but I think you won't really feel their pain. You know, so in most cases, people before they get positions, they would be among the people on the ground. You know, now you have a position. Now you mingle with different people. You in meetings with different people. Yeah, you know what I mean. So now I would say if you are elected, you must take residence where you serve. You know, find you a house or rent somewhere or build a banji somewhere and live within that community. You know,
we're part of struggle and
be part of the struggle. That would change the face of politics totally. You know, if something like that were to happen, but hey man, we know that's not gonna happen with this party that we you know are under. It's like a status thing. You know, you can even tell the cars that they driving. The mayor drive a BM. I don't know the model. But it's like, it's just, you know,
beast, man.
It's a beast of a vehicle, expensive vehicles, you know, security,
bare babi
the escort, everything.
Blue light, bare ke batho ba leng gore bana le blue light fa ke batho ba leng gore ba gatile thata fa ka be ka gopola o mong wa diopedise ke di ratang thata re VIP ya ni jive na bantu ke eng ba iketsa batho ba leng gore ga se karolo ya rona fa morago ga go tlhopiwa fa le go kry-a maemo a rileng fa go lebala nako fa e re ke mesitso e le 20 re lebile ura ya bone gopole gore ura ya bone ke ura e leng gore tla be re tsa ka fa re laelana nna le wena gomme re sa le mmogo mo nakong ya ga jaanong re a itse bile ke a tshepa o dumela le nna gore ba tlotla mo nakong e sa fediseng pelo ba tlo campaigna fao for dikgetho tsela tsa ngwaga wa 2024 tsa bosetšhaba fao na re bona ba tlo amogelwa ka tsela e ntseng jang ke baagi morago ga se diragetseng
gona le dipolelo tsa gore ang bafuni mina yabo. So people are bitter. People are angry. People are suffering. You know, people are, you know, frustrated. So I don't think they're going to be welcomed with smiles. And not only our community. We have seen it got the past elections. It was already happening. People were already
chasing them away.
Now they were disconnecting themselves from this ruling party, you know. So I think people are now accepting gore this ANC is not that ANC, you know. So it's a different one. It's revamped, you know. It has different motifs now, you know. So I think Batu, they are fed up, but the biggest mistake people now want to make is not to vote. You know, that's only gonna prolong the struggle.
Yes.
You know, you should vote.
Yes.
Vote for who you think is gonna change or provide for you. And this unfairness, they are all politicians. They all want the same thing. It's only gonna hurt us.
Yes.
As a people, you know, because if you don't give them that opportunity to show us that Botswana, now we are just, you know, grabbing things from the sky. Now we're painting them in the same brush, you know, lighting them in the same light, you know. So I think already people now are beginning to transition from the ruling party. We don't know where they're going, but they should go somewhere.
Se ka batla se ka bonwa fa ona tlhalosa fa o seji gore batho ke ba ileng gore ba kwatile fa gomme ga re bone mmuso kana le kokolo le busang le ka amogelwa fa ka diatla tsopedi kana ka moya o ileng gore ke moya wa lerato fa mo metseng ya bona re lebeletse le gore se diregile fa ona tlhalosa gape fa gore posa ileng gore baagi ga ba tshwanna go dira fa ke go se vote vote ya gago ke lentswe la gago ba batla gore o be le diphetogo o tshwanetse gore o di tlhope diphetogo tse gore wena o lebeletse le kokolo le rileng ke lona le leng gore le ga tletse diphetogo mo motseng o wa lena kana mo nageng ka kakaretso ke batla go buisa putso e leng gore ga ke itse gore o tla ya raba kapa ja le fa o sa ya rabe go siame re tla tswela pele ka putsiso e ka thulaganyo ya rena ke putsiso e leng gore ga ite mo scripting saka mo tseng la gompieno go mme ke tlhoka gore ke butsise fa na o nagana gore IEC independent ke fella fo na o nagana gore IEC independent?
I would like to believe so.
You would like to believe so?
Yeah.
Hey,
because now the implications are already otherwise. Hey, it's gonna break me. You know? It's just like saying what's what. You know? So I would like to believe so. Because I cannot handle the implications otherwise. Yeah. That's why I'm gonna vote, because I would like to believe it's independent. You know?
Brother Kim Telon Hore, Ungaravile, Jalaga, a politician, Hamfa Carabel Hore, Kineki, Bata, Fa, Home, Tasola Pelecatula Hano, Yari, na, regarding the Carlo Tedin, Samoretele, de inspired. Ke baagi ba wa 27 fa o mo ileng gore bone tsona di tshupetso di tswela pele na re ka re ba inspired fa o mo re ka bona le bona ba ema ka maoto fa o golanela se leng sa bona.
Yeah, particularly, you know, the word je leng gore di mabapi le this one, you know, Ward 25 and getting jail. They see what's happening. And they recognize the power the people possess, you know, because I remember reading a comment on one of our articles, Ari, hey, what 27? Ziatum.
Yeah.
Really what mama hey, is a shame. You know? Yeah. So I think like I said, if this thing ikaba infect other people, capture other people's minds. People become revolutionaries now. You know, people quit believing the world will fix itself. You know, because that's what happens when we turn a blind eye to say, you know, they got it. You know, somebody will come and fix it.
Yeah.
Re bona e senyega lo feta.
O ka ba feta mengwaga selo seo se sa lokishwe fa gonne ba nagana go rawa le siame fa ka sone ga e ba bona le sa tse fa magato fa.
Yeah, so that's what's happening, man, and I think and I hope they are inspired to now stand up and do something in their little corners in the communities, you know, because there's still a lot of work to be done. After almost 30 years, people still don't have water. People still don't have houses. You know, people still don't have roads. After how many budgets were authorized to say, here is a budget for this ward or whatever, you know? If you can count in you know 29 years to say how many budgets you know, how many IDPs were held, you know, but then you find a community like Seabe still lacking like basic facilities, you know, a hall, you know, to have the meeting it's non-existent. I remember when the mayor came here, we were right in the middle of the road.
Yeah.
You know, I think that road was not operating for that time. Yes. We were sitting down on the dirt. You know, we still don't have basic facilities. They must work for the people. You know, it's a hustle now for you to go to places like Bela Bela. You know, and it shouldn't be, not after 29 years.
Yeah.
You know, so unfortunately, man, that's where we at. But we must remember, the power is with the people. The power is in that vote.
Yeah.
You know, so that's what it is.
Gomme go tlalatsa seo se bolelang fa o ka tsela gomme tsela e o re ne re dutse mone ke tsela e leng gore go ya ka dipego ke tsela e leng gore e tsile fa ka ko IDP fa ka ngwaga wa 2013 re bone fa o mongwa ba etapele ba setšhaba a tshwere fa document kana pampiri e tlhalosang fa gore tsela eo e tsile fa gore sekontiri sa agiwe fa mo tseleng eo e le gore re ne re tshwaretse kopano le mmeyara mo teng fa go mogalabela nako fa e re ke metsotso e leng lesome le bongwe re lebile ura ela ya boraro mo e leng gore ke ura e le gore re tla be re tswa ka fa o mongare pina e tshamekang fa mo background ke vina e leng gore o ka re ke a itse nya ke pina e leng gore wa itse ke pina ya gololesego fa gomme a kitse gore ke dumeletse gore ke ikuke ganyane fa gomme le ukwe sentle fa ke bona motlagisi fa a tshega fa a kitse gore nna ke dumeletse fa go ka ira seo na nkgopotsa gole ko morago fa ile gore o motho e leng gore o sala morago fa dikanale fa o tsa kgololesego fa ke a tshepa gore o e bone go dikanaleng tseo tsa o tshwana le bo Sarafina fa ba bontsha ba dira ditshupetso tsa bona ka dipina tse di tshwanang le tse dintseng jana ba re sa fa sa phela isizwe semnyama ke nnete fa re le setšhaba sa batho ba le bantsho morago ga mengwaga e le 27 fa re sa itemogela fa treatment e leng gore ga e jese diwela go tswa mo mmusong wa rena o re ka yang jale ka mmuso wa kgololosego fao na re kgololesegile na ga ke itse gore wena maikutlo a gago ke a ntseng jang fao ka kgololesego e ka iwang rena le yona fao mo nageng ya rena ya Afrika Borwa ka gopola fao o mongwe wa baetapele a tlhalosa fao gore this freedom is not free. We have what we call a political freedom, but economically, no. Economic freedom and consolidate the ground towards economic freedom. Re ta bona gore go tsama ka tsela e ntseng jang fa go yeng kwa pele re lebeletse yona taba e ya kgololosego go magare tswela pele fa ka thuleganyo ya rena fa potse ke batlang gore re tsene fa ke lebeletse le nako fa re bona sephetho seo sa the demarcation board sa go kopanya motse ola wa Itsoseng motse wa Trateng le motse ola wa Kachibane se amile jang baagi ka kakaretso.
It's too much negatively. Well, this side, like I said, the abandoned child is of negative impact, and the experience for Batwakamo, it's bitter, you know, being left out in the cold, you know, not being taken care of, you know, because the last meeting with the counselor was addressing those issues, and the counselor went and left the word, Yawari, I will go and search and I will come back. That was a year ago, you know, more than a year ago. And that was the last word. So the demarcation board and its processes have affected Batubaka Mosiabe in a bad way. The most common grievance more public demonstrations and meetings and everything. You know, people saying this demarcation board, I remember when people found out, all hell broke loose. People were up in arms, you know, but it was already late.
Wa bane ba tsenetse ditshupetso fa tlhalosa gore sephetho se se re matsatsinyana pele ga dikgetho tsa selegae fa.
Yeah, what he was saying ke gore people were told go setse 7 days.
Wow.
You know, it's all learn whatever, and the process is so long. It needs time and stuff. So that's another issue. Giving people information about such things, you know, people take decisions Baliwan on behalf of the community.
Sure.
So that's another thing, you know, we find ourselves in trouble for not getting information on time. Similarly, young people raising concern if they do get information about learnerships and programs like that, they get them late, you know. So I think that is intentional. You know, there's no way, you know. So these people are pretty smart and they are pretty sophisticated with the process and operation, you know. So this demarcation board and process and whatever, it impacts, and it continues to impact about Seabe in a negative way.
Na re ka bona diphetogo kwa pele kwa mo re ka bonang fao re busetswa fao ko warding ya rena ya ward 27 gomme taba e ya go kopanya le Kachibane e fela.
I think if we fight for it, we will get it.
Yeah.
You know, because the evidence is there. You know, in this area, there are more than enough people to make a ward. You know, I think what happened was a little bit of manipulation in the system and processes to make sure that these two wards are combined. You know, but Trating and Itu saying on its own is enough to make a ward because Motsoko more. You know, so I think if we are consistent in like dealing with this issue, it will be dealt with. Yeah, it will be dealt with. We can win this.
Brother, re lebile ditlhopho tsela tsa bosetšhaba. Re lebile ditlhophong tsela tsa bosetšhaba ka ngwaga ola wa 2024. Na lekoko le le busang kana mogatlo wa ANC ku bitse ka leina fa mogatlo wa ANC o ka o besa wa tuka.
Nah. Hey,
Wagwan.
People, bro. I don't know. People are restless.
Yeah.
So people lost hope. You know, but it's a big party, you know. We will see got a campaign.
Yes.
You know, all these funds that will go into the campaigns and all these shirts that will be printed, you know, as little baits to say, hey, we care about you. You know, the load shedding that will be reduced.
Yeah.
All these tactics to make sure they mobilize and they gain back the trust, you know. But people who are sober, who don't follow blindly, who follow principles and not leaders and not colors and flags, will see, you know. They already see.
Yeah.
So it's gonna be a tough one for the ANC this roundup. But we'll just have to see, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Re libile fa o bogtlong ba thulaganyo ebile le potso ya bofelo fa re betse gore go setse motsotso o le mong fa go ya go urengele ya bone. Na re ka re le baagi ba wa 27 e leng gore ke itse thata gore lena batho ba itseng le batho ba Trating le re ga le batle wa 27 lena le batho ba wa 25 mo le tlalosang gore lena for ga jana ga lena what ha le lebeletse le ka re victory is certain khotsa you guys are fighting a losing battle.
It's not a losing.
Yes.
It's never a losing. Long as we still have soldiers on the ground.
Yeah.
You know, ready to step up and face the oncoming challenge. It's never a losing. A losing is when we have no movement and everything is quiet.
Yeah.
And everybody's crying silently. But if we are still singing the same song, there's never a losing. You can remember apartheid. Everything seemed so doomed.
Yeah.
They had guns. What did you have? Stones.
Yes.
But people, the majority, you know, people rose up to say, even if they can shoot us, there's this song. Opelang a lot.
No more basi dubula.
Yeah, we are going forward. Yeah. So as much as we might be facing a state, it's riddled with corruption and dealings. They are so shady. But if we are still willing to fight, we will fight and win. You know, so I think all hope is not lost. People are rising to the occasion now, and they see what hey, it's high time now. You know. So I'm still hopeful. And optimistic. We will see a victory. Yeah.
Brother, our victory is certain. Re tlo bona fao penyo fao ka baagi ba reng bona ga bana what brother.
Yeah, man.
Re phetile re tlhotse re tlile re berekile re fane ka sedimosetso e leng gore fa o ne o se karolo ya mogwanto ke a tshepa gore o tlisitse gaufi le se se ne se diragala ko mogwantong o go soma ko simologong go fitla ko mafelelong fao a mogwanto o mo re ne re bua fa ka sepodisi re bua fa ka kansela ya rena ya wa 27 re bua fa ka mayor wa rena wa Dr. JS mo re bua fa le ka baagi fao kwa bigutlong nkarata gore ke dirisa mafoko a mongwe wa moetapele wa baagi a na re re tlile ka high discipline and high moral ko mongwe wa baetapele ba rona fao ga simolola go bua le baagi fao re high discipline bona ba re high moral brother.
Yeah, man.
Ke batla go kuka pina e tsamekang ko mora ganyane fela pina e ya bua fa pina e bua ka se leng gore baagi ba se dirile fa go mme ke re lebelana kwa fa ele meraro metsotso re tswa go ureng ele ya bone hey producer ra ditlong ke teka ka fa nako ke leng gore e tsile ke magotlo fa brother.
Yeah, man.
Ke lebogile thata fa o bile karolo ya se ka metla le matsatsi re a leboga fa o ka laela baritsi fa re gone go tswa ka fa.
Man, Seabe FM everywhere, man, and big things are going to come for y'all if y'all stay fighting the good fight, man. Only good things, me say.
Go sa go nna strata ka strata, village ka village, section ka section umtlhaba wonke jikelele ke re peace, love and happiness go fikela re kopana gape mo nako e tlang ya thulaganyo ya Sisonke ya Seabe FM kwa ga tlhalositse fa gore sala bala gore sala mora go letlakaleng la rena la Facebook gomme ga ile gore o ka batla go utlwella thulaganyo e gape fa ile gore o motho eleng gore maybe na go le busy fa ga o motho eleng gore tse dintse re buileng fa ga wa di utlwa sentle o tlo tsena fa ko YouTube ya rena fa Seabe FM gomme o ka kra tšhono fa ya go utlwella thulaganyo e gape fa podcast fa ko kanaleng ya rena fa ya YouTube gomme ke re gomme ke tsa fa ka pina ya sepiweng ga wa re e bale rena
Dole re lokile re loketse tsela ya go ya gae Jerusalema